wow, 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 wow. It looks almost pink. Good morning, everyone, if you're here. It was pink just when I started, and now it's getting more yellow. Hey, Kimberly, look at how beautiful it is. Every statue on the Cour de Cassation, the highest court, every statue is just glowing. I had a pink glow just before I started. Hi, Jimmy. Panama's awake again. No sleep. Oh dear. I had a very poor night's sleep. I got woken up by everything. I thought it might be a good idea to dry my clothes and washer dry out while I was sleeping, but then of course when it ended it went beep beep beep. Then my cat woke me, and Leo decided that 5:30 in the morning was the morning. So he's been awake since 5:30. Isn't this gorgeous? It's not, yes, it's just changed, but it was pink when I started. It was really like a pink glow. Well, nothing lasts forever. Haven't been awake long, okay. All sorts of holes going on here. These works have been going on for some time. So it's Friday somehow. Where did the week go? I think we should walk into the sun. I'll take golden pink. It's gorgeous. Let's go down here. You can see, oh wow, you can see all the bridges lined up under there. Each catching the glow all the way down. Isn't it something? Hi, JC. Hand gel. What do you bet it doesn't work? Let's see. Oh my goodness. No, it's not automatic. Do you press a button? No. No, of course you don't work. Why would you work? Okay. Never mind. I thought I saw something in there, but no. No. Okay. Right. Still got a hole in my hand where I fell over on Monday. And it's right on the crease. So it's hard to heal and it's quite painful. Reflection off the water is amazing. It is amazing. It's going to be the marathon. I noticed when we woke up this morning, well no, because we woke up at 5:30, but when we were laying down doing nothing this morning, I noticed there was going to be a special sky. The pinkness is gone. And there, wow. Oh well, it's not so glowy anymore, but it doesn't matter. You can see the dew on the handrail all the way down. Dew should be on grass, but hey. Live in a city. Why put hand sanitizer outside? Oh, it's here too. Because you would then touch the handrails, you would touch the kids' playground here, and the climbing thing. I see a lot of reasons. Just one more layer of protection. But yeah, they have them on the bus stops as well. Look at the silhouettes of the people crossing the bridge. It's Pont au Change Bridge. People silhouettes and bird silhouettes. Yeah, they have them at the bus stop. It's Pont au Change Bridge, because way back in the day they exchanged coins and jewellery and stuff on the bridge, because this was the Quartier des Orfèvres over here. Orfèvres, all the goldsmiths and the jewellery smiths way back in the day. It is nice. The glow on the towers is now yellow, not pink, but I knew it was special, so I thought I've got to start this broadcast. Hence all the sanitizer, yes. Yeah, I have had people, most people have stopped kissing and hugging altogether. But I have had people that have gone into, for the bees, the kisses on either cheek. So a lot of people are probably going back to it. Bonjour Tanya, another beautiful morning, yeah, look at that. Can you still see it's kind of a little bit pinkish? Maybe not. Sirens. I've still got that annoying billboard well, it's not a billboard, it's just the covering of the works on the church. Not on the church, on the theatre. Get my words right. The reason I said church is because my mum just sent me a text just as I was saying theatre. It's funny how the brain works. So I was saying theatre, and then she sends me a text saying that I should go see the American church about the activities for the kids. So I said church instead of theatre. So pink is lovely, yeah. So anyway, that's financing partly the works on the theatre. Ding dong. And that was just, what was it? 2:30? Or 1:45? I have no idea what the time is. It's the clock tower of the castle. This is advertising because they're also doing works there. Zalando, second hand. Apparently they've got a second hand range at Zalando. This is nice. See, it looks like it's really calm, but then if you look closely, it's going quite fast. Every little floaty thing. There's leaves and leaf skeletons and twigs and bits of foam. What are my thoughts of the art wrapping of the Arc de Triomphe? Well, I'm very happy that it is now no longer wrapped, so I no longer need to talk about it. They've also taken down the photo exhibition, I noticed. There was a photo exhibition down here of all the previous Christo artworks. Oh, I thought it was an ecological monstrosity, Jimmy, and I felt embarrassed about that because I know it must sound really anti-art, but I just can't help it. It's too shocking for me in 2021 for someone who's already dead, who wanted to leave that kind of legacy of using an enormous amount of, I mean, imagine if I wanted to change my curtains and everyone on my street wanted to change their curtains and they all bought 10 curtains each because they didn't know what colour they wanted or something. There'd be that amount of waste. Even if we're all going to recycle our curtains afterwards. I don't know. No, it's even worse than that because it was made for this. It's even worse. The curtain was already in the shop. That's not even a good example. Yeah, he was. It was, but you know, it was his wish for, you know, it was his dream for that to be done, and it was done, and he paid for it. So I can understand why people think it's fine, but I don't know. I was irked by the whole thing. I still am, even if it's recyclable, not recycled, recyclable material. I'm still like, what? I mean, it's just an enormous amount of material. Everyone's quiet, so I think I should stop talking about Christo and the wrapping. Lots of photo exhibitions along here. This one's, it's all these things staged in nature. But not all of it. Some of it's quite interesting actually. There's that man standing on the island. Let's just see about that. If I can cross, because this is a bicycle highway in the morning. That's impossible. No, it's all right, Jimmy. I get asked all the time, and I wish I could be enthusiastic like everyone else. But it's just glaring to me, and I'm surprised that not many people agree with me. But I was pleased to see a news article, and that was the first line on the news article, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, now can I cross? Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so this is an exhibition of a photographer. There might be several photographers actually. But I was finding this one really interesting. It's just standing there on the island. This is another footprint. Is the name of the. It doesn't say any details, or maybe you've got to go on the QR code to get details. It doesn't say where it is, but it's quite powerful when you think about some islands in the Pacific and around Indonesia and Polynesia. Are facing. He lost his boat. Yeah. See, everyone sees things differently. So the whole thing's called another footprint. Okay, une autre empreinte. It's got nothing to do with. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Oh, I'm not even capable of climbing this thing. Excuse me. Wow, it's glowing again down there. It's gorgeous. And there's a Bercy. No, that's not. That's just like what looks like a little towboat going by. Okay, so let's go have a closer look at this guy. Jason Lee, winner 2021. So that's a photographer. He's a Korean photographer living in Paris. He does documentary photography. L'île de Gorama is on the west of the Bengal Delta, so we were not in the right place. Well, I was not in the right place. Yes, but I'm in the right frame of mind though, because following global warming, but I just turned them off, and the elevation of the water level of the sea level. The banks are being slowly eroded with each tide. Right, so I was completely on the right track there. Okay, all right. There's several artists. The footprint of a fish. Okay, so some of this is about the environment. What's 1975? Might have been his year of birth. Yeah, they all look younger than me, so, and they all look to be born about, they look like they were born around 1980, so it must be that. They imagine the impact of fish farming and the most consumed fish in China. So where's the fish stuff? Here we go. Hi Pablo, thanks for the award. We're standing on the right bank in the middle of Paris and everything is glowing. The Pont Neuf is glowing and the Musée d'Orsay, good morning. And the Conciergerie is glowing. Tribunal du Commerce and the hospital. And we're down on the banks where everyone goes to work, cycles, runs, jogs. And we're looking at a photo exhibition outside called Another Footprint. And the touches on global warming here and the impact of fish farming here. So that's where we are so far. Comments getting through, Kimberly? Yeah, everything seems to be working. This one seems like it got damaged by the rain, or is it supposed to be like that? It might be supposed to be like that to look like an old photo. This is another footprint, but it doesn't elaborate. But I suppose when you go on the QR codes, you get more information. And this is an association, Multicolour, created in 2003, which invites people to protect nature in the city. So these are the staged, imagined sceneries, which are not really my kind of photography. I can never quite get into it. Founded in 2019, Preserve Forest Act for the protection of ancient forests in the Pyrenees. Laying down and becoming part of, kind of looks like Robin Williams a little bit there. Are they on wood? Yes, they are. They're wood frames. This guy is taking a picture, an upside down picture. Is that a photography technique I need to learn? Probably. This is the League for the Protection of Birds, which I belong to, LPO. 57,000 members and 8,000 volunteers. They do outings as well. We can go and study the Paris birds. Everybody's enjoying this glow, huh? What if it rains? Yeah, the wood, I don't know. I guess wood resists. It just sort of stretches and shrinks and gets back to its business. Those pipes have been here for a long time. They're here to house the plants. This one is a clematis, which is growing up here. And some of them are fruit trees. Mini big forest to rewild tap cities, planted on little spaces according to the Miyawaki method. The little green lungs, they're called. Mini big forest. But this one was set up for the photos. So I do find it a little bit odd that they have the shells. The shells are a symbol of Saint-Jacques. I wonder if that's got to do with being in Paris. I don't know. Bloom has been fighting since 2005 for the preservation of oceans. Small structure with only 8 staff. And it carries on down there. I'm going to keep walking because I need to exercise a bit. Leo's voice was going funny this morning and now mine is. What's this? Surfrider Foundation Europe, founded in 1990, an association for the protection of oceans. Looks like a little ghost. Oh, it's an octopus. Leo wants to learn surfing. This one's unusual. Oh, you can't really see very well because of the reflection. They've made the world out of cotton on this one. Ah, there's La Madeleine that we see every day. The Madeleine badge that goes by. That's my mum's first name. Out along the right bank on a beautiful Paris morning. Just need your vin chaud, yeah. It's starting to be vin chaud type weather. Apparently some people are already on the raclette. Do you guys know what raclette is? Who doesn't know what raclette is? And I'll explain. Ah, she's really skating. That's good. On real roller skates too. I want roller skates. Cheesy. No? Okay. So a raclette is something, it's a very popular dish. You can have it at home. It's not just something you can have in a restaurant. It's like mountain food that you'd have when you go skiing, but it's also very widespread and something that people would integrate into their meal planning throughout the winter very frequently, or when they have friends coming over, you can go and buy the sets in the supermarkets, etc. So basically it's raclette cheese, which is a special kind of cheese that has a really distinct taste. It's really flavorful, it melts super easily, and you get a bunch of potatoes and lots of cured meats like salamis and stuff, and hams. And then you get usually pickles, gherkins we call them, cornichons, and some other vegetables like fondue. No, I'll explain the difference. But basically you each have your own little serving, and it's like a little square that you heat up under the little flame. It's not really a flame, it's just a heating element. It is super tasty. There's an insect hotel there. And so you have your own individual portion, and you can pour the cheese on top of the potato and on top of the meats. And you can even put a little piece of salami in with or piece of potato in with the hot plate. It's just a tiny little square, and you each have your own one, and you keep adding cheese. You keep making sure you got your cheese melting on the thing constantly. Everyone has their own one. Whereas fondue is quite different, because it's in one giant big bowl that we're all sharing, which is so good, and now I'm craving it. And it's got alcohol in it, which raclette doesn't have. And you dip your bread in only the fondue savoyard. You dip only baguette bread, slightly dry baguette or fresh baguette. Yeah. And another type of fondue is a fondue bourguignon. Well, who thought I was going to talk about food when I know nothing about cooking? Well, here I am, knowing a lot. Fondue bourguignon is oil, and you put in the meat. We did that when we were little in New Zealand. It's really 70s, isn't it, to have fondue like that? But I never hear of anyone having that kind of fondue. And then you can have chocolate fondue. And then there's also, so I said raclette, there's also tartiflette, which is another mountain food with loads of potatoes and loads of cheese, and so good. I'll have to take you to one of those markets in the winter, one of the food markets for the Christmas. Yeah, it was a 70s and 80s thing. You can see very much autumn tinges on the trees over here. I often find when you move down the bank a bit, it's different. My friend Nina, that's her apartment, just there. And her sister's staying at the moment. So Leo and I are meeting her sister and her sister's friend for apéro. That's another word you can learn, apéro, which is a short word for aperitif, which, as you probably know, is a before meal, before dinner celebration, usually with friends or just with your family. Actually, a lot with your family, with the kids as well. And it's usually a stronger alcohol than wine involved, or a kir, I have to explain what a kir is. Do you know if Christmas markets in Paris will be open this year? Yeah, I think so, Jimmy. Maybe. Yeah, I think so, because they were already starting to reopen. Not all of them, though. Huh? They might be under different conditions. Or, don't know. It is golden hour again. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, and you have like little. You can have olives, and you can have those little cheese biscuit things, and crackers, and nuts, and chips, and stuff. And or my New Zealand friend will make it healthier, and we have carrot sticks and celery sticks and dip. Aperitif to get the appetite, that's the one. Hi Judith. We're going on about food this morning, I don't know why. So I cook? No, that's the thing. See, that's the thing. See, I don't cook because I'm useless at cooking. And here I am talking about food as if I was some kind of specialist. Look at that window up there, it's really cool. That round window. It must have seen some things over the years. Ooh, distinctive noise of the, distinctive sound of the air wheel going by. Oh, unusual to see crows up in the sky like that, right? Ravens, two of them. Let's go see over here, not get hit. Very historic building, yeah. Oh, he's going around the corner there, following the barges maybe. Yeah, so this is Nina's, let me see, that's ground floor, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th floor, which is the 5th floor in America, that's where she is there. And she's got these beautiful historic beams in there. Early mid-1700s building crane. Yeah, that's the crane of the Notre Dame, because you can just see Notre Dame, look. See there? If Nina's sister's there, she's probably wondering why on earth I'm taking pictures. Ah, there's another barge coming down. That one's called Ile de France. It's a police boat, and I've been seeing it the last few days. Oh, another police boat went down there. And when I saw it a couple of days ago, it was swerving dangerously all over the place. It was really weird. Terrific views, yeah. Really seems to be going straight today. I guess I'm allowed to film a police boat. You can't film the police, but you can film the police boat. They're in uniform in there. Wonder what they do with this boat. It's called L'Île de France. L'Île de France is the name of the department that Paris is in. It's called France Island. Isn't that funny? I'm not sure if that exercise is doing much, but yeah, probably a little bit. She says, and I'm not even doing any exercise at the moment, so I can shut up. And now you can see Ile Saint-Louis over there. That little thing that looks like a tugboat. It looks like they're going to go and get some stuff. Maybe they're going to pull out some bikes from the river. Yeah, they're definitely attending to something down there. They're getting off their boats. Well, you can. I mean, the law didn't go through, but you still get in trouble for it. They're always, I don't know. I've been told off before. There was a law that was going to go through that you couldn't do it, and it didn't. You can't film police. People filming the police in the US has become a way to... Yes, exactly. The police film you. I don't know. You can and you can't. I don't really know what's going on with that. I read an article just a couple of days ago that someone got in trouble for it. Oh, somebody living there. Someone's graffiti artist has probably done this on commission. What's the word? Been paid for it, but then someone's gone and drawn over it. So there's Notre Dame glowing too. And this is Ile Saint-Louis, where all the fancy people used to live back in the day when it first opened. Before that it was just cow pasture. But it still has fancy people living there, including lots of international actors. And over there is another great looking morning here. Over there is Invader, the street artist. Just put one down there. I could keep walking and show you more, but I have a feeling I have a lot to do, even though I'm not officially working. I think I should really head off and start. Bonjour, Karen. Can you see progress on Notre Dame? You can't really see it visually, but what they've done is they've finally finished the part which was only just protecting and stopping the, increased damage because of what had happened. So now they're starting the actual restoration work. All the time until that, it was just protection work. Does that make sense? So it was a big milestone. And now for the actual restorations, renovations. There's water on tap here, a little water fountain. There's one near me in Leal that has fizzy water on tap, sparkling water. And there's a group of people jogging, there might be colleagues. Bonjour, Karen. Did I say that already? I'm just out of it this morning. Plans for the weekend. Let me see. Leo has lots of activities. He does theatre on Saturday morning. Did the tree go into the ground? Which tree? Which tree? Oh, this boat's called the Bounty. Kia ora, Louise. You're off, Jimmy? Okay, enjoy. Have a good sleep if that's what you're going to do. Plans for the weekend. Yeah, he's got theatre in the morning on Saturday morning. He's got a swimming pool, but the warm one on Saturday afternoon. The one that I got a whole year for 50 euros, which is nothing because of what happened last year and all the cancellations. Yeah, theatre class, drama class, so he loves that. And so what else? Oh, and also we're meeting his brother, who we haven't seen since June, no, we haven't seen since July. So he's finally going to see his brother since July. Then on Sunday we've got the swimming that he hates. He's swimming in the cold pool, freezing cold pool that my mum paid to have actual lessons for Leo. Yes, this is exciting. And so that's Sunday morning. And we have something Sunday afternoon, but I've completely forgotten, so I better remember that. This lady behind me just talking to herself. It's a really common thing here to talk to yourself. People in the supermarket talk to themselves. But what they're really doing is that they're talking to themselves so that you get a message. About me talking to myself, yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the things that they do. So I was blocking the footpath for her, so she was chatting to herself about how it's hard to cross with all the bikes and all that. I thought I saw someone in the crane, but I don't know, I saw movement on the crane. Yeah, that's true. I look like I'm talking to myself. Keeps us sane to talk to ourselves, yes. Oh, he's jogging with his coat in his hand. Maybe it wasn't an intentional jog. Maybe it's a late for work jog. Shall I take you back somewhere different? Shall we go have a look at Hotel de Ville? Let's go. Okay, left is safe, right is almost safe if I run. He'll be sprinting to work. Whee! I finally got Leo a bike seat. PayPal is this really cool thing where you can pay in 4 goes, even if it's a really cheap item. So it was 45 euros, and I can still pay in 4 goes, which is great because it doesn't bother my budget if it's only 16 euros. So this morning I got Leo a bike seat. I really hope it fits. And we're going to Going to pick up my bike from my mum's house soon, maybe next week, and I'll have it put on there, and then we can go cycle around again. Police on motorbikes, Vespers, tandem. Yeah, I guess. No, just be on the back seats. And then we can go and cycle through the woods near my mum, the Vincennes woods. I was just seeing if I could show you on this map, but this is a close-up map. Still useful though. See that circle? That means that all of that is within a 5-minute walking space. So you can see why it's so amazing living where I live, because everything is just so close. But it's a studio, so we'll have to move. Oh, and that's 10-minute. No, I'm in the 10-minute thing. Okay, because we're right there behind the theatre. Hey, I can see my place just there. And we are here, right smack in the middle. And the woods I was talking about were actually here in the east, Bois de Vincennes. Gosh, that's funny. I would have sworn it was here. If I was drawing a map, I would have put it there. See, I'm not that good. Oh well. But I could still more or less put them in the right place. I think I would have got everything else right, all the arrondissements. So you can see how it's organised like a snail. The 1, 2, 3, it coils out like this. It gets bigger and bigger. Sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing, so I wasn't pointing the right place. Wow, it's glowing again stronger, look. Wonder how old that building is. It's a different style. It's like, I don't know, 1800s or something. More modern. Those are the street cleaning things. That's a woman in there. It is a gorgeous morning. I was just thinking I could jaywalk, but no. You can see the Louvre down there on the right, so we're on the right bank and we're walking on the right bank. I mean we're walking in the direction of the water, so we're walking, never mind. I give up. We're standing on the right bank, I walk in the right way, because usually we're standing on the right bank and walking the other way. Looked like the river was blocked up. Oh yeah. There's still those guys doing something down there. I wonder what they're working on. What looked like it was blocked up. You understood, okay. I've got to remember to talk to someone at Leo's school, because yesterday a kid spat on him. Apparently several times. I'm not quite sure how he managed to land several spits, but it was on his face. But Leo gave me all sorts of versions of the story, including that it was 100 times, and including that it was on different parts of the body, and including that such and such helped him clean it up. And so I couldn't get the truth out of him. So I called my mum so he would tell the story again in French and see if there was any. Because sometimes that helps. Sometimes there's more truths that come out in a different version or to a different person. But it is horrible, and I know it's true. I just don't know what part of it is true. So I'm going to go and ask. He's confirmed the people who are aware of it. So I'm going to go and talk to them about it, because I kind of feel like it's worse than the hitting and the scratching, because there's a pandemic, and it's so gross, and you can't have kids going around spitting on their faces. So is awful. So I'm going to go try to find out after school if I can speak to someone. In fact, I had the headmistress just before because I was giving her a voting form and I didn't know how to do it. I should have asked her. Oh well, I'll see someone this afternoon. So this is Hotel de Ville. Yeah, it's very, very gross and awful. But the kid is also a year younger than him too. He's in a mixed class. Ah, there's Vanessa Paradis in a movie. Or is it a movie? Yeah, it's a movie called Maman. So here, what's going on? Another photo exhibition. Yeah, there's another kid who he's now separated from. He was in the other class with him. They were in the same class 2 years in a row, and now they're separated. But this kid is giving these other kids trouble, and he's hitting them and insulting them and biting them. Even though he's 5 years old now, you know, you'd think he'd grow out of it. And his mother just doesn't know what to do, and she's a really lovely lady, and I've spoken to her. He's a twin. He's got a twin sister, and she, you know, he goes to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I can't remember what she said. So, you know, he is being cared for, and he has very present and loving parents. So you know, on the one hand, you'd think that, you know, there's something wrong if they're doing that, but on the other hand, you know, in this case, for the other kid, I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm just trying to call, so I should probably hang. I don't want to hang up on my mum twice, so I'm going to go. But I wanted to show you here because I think there's free legal help. Yeah, Hotel de Ville, the City Hall is very stunning, and I'll tell you about the history in another broadcast. But there's free legal help here. They have set up every year, so you can go and see a lawyer. Oh, no, that's the centre of vaccination. Okay, I'm confusing. Somewhere else in this arrondissement, there's free